What's up, everybody? This is D from Brooklyn, and just to show you guys how much I listen to comments and everything else, because that video yesterday with the update on the algae control and the minimization of the hair algae and how I treated them got so many comments. I know the first one I saw was, man, all I see is blue, where here it is in color so that you can see that the rock is clearing out except for this little patch, which is slowly but surely going off because I have not cleaned that to the full extent. And now you can see it live and full in color because I love getting comments. And if it sounds sarcastic, it's because I'm naturally sarcastic. But no, not for nothing. You're right, it was blue. And usually I shoot these when I come home from work. And I just happen to say, hey, somebody asked me, how's the tank doing? I says, look, here's a video. But now, since I am home nice and early, what better time to give you a nice close-up. And you can see the living color. Look how clean those rocks are. I do go in and actually clean, which I always promote to you guys, that you do have to go in there no matter how much flow you got in the tank. And I know people with thousands and thousands of gallons of flow and even 40-gallon breeders, you still get an accumulation of soot and particles in little areas of the tank. Now this area here was riddled with algae. It overtook my big zinnia garden. Remember, that was a big bush of zinnia. I'll put a little flashback if I can in the corner here so you can see it. But yeah, that got beat up with algae, and the mushrooms are humongous. I cut this one in the last video to get it off the rock. I think I helped it along because now it's 3 pieces. If you look, it was 1 piece. I cut it, scraped it off, and those grew into 1, 2, 3, and maybe even 4, yeah, down there. So how I treat that aggressive coral growth is with more aggressive coral growth. So I will put some other pieces. This little cutting of a little toadstool leather isn't really looking like much, but I'm gonna leave it and see if it improves. Down here is the biggest thing. I'm going to remove these from the glass. This one, that one, I'm slowly but surely, because this is all valuable real estate down here. There's no sand down here, nothing but coral rubble. So if the mushrooms or any other coral attached to something like this here, I can pull off the rock and move the whole piece. See, it's all broken up tile down there, broken tile pieces, and I can just pull those out and give them to a fellow reefer. Look at this one here. Look how big that is. You really don't think of these mushrooms as living animals, but they actually feed and eat and move pretty similar to a sea anemone. Here is a fluorescent yellow that I got from El Presidente Steve. This one, they all look the same, but oddly enough, this one is different. And I'll be trading a lot of those off. But the other hero of this story is my sea urchin. Let me focus. The sea urchin cleaned that rock down as if he was brushing teeth. Look at that. That rock is clean. It is clean, baby. And flashback. There's a little piece here where he couldn't get between the rocks. But those sea urchins will even eat your coralline. They will munch even down on encrusting calcified algae in the tank. So keep that in mind when you try to just throw a magic bullet on an issue to try to resolve a problem, that sometimes the solution can be and have a catch-22. So yeah, to throw back, I am still removing coral. When you move one coral, the other corals kind of try to take its place. I cut all the pavona that was growing over this little rock, and look how the mushrooms have taken over that whole rock. Now it is a Smurf village, so I have to get something even more aggressive, but not a soft coral. I'll probably move one of my hammers down here. Coral, good problems. Small tanks, big problems. Remember, when you have a small tank, you have the same problems. People think it's easier, a bigger tank. The bigger tanks you have to treat aggressively. The smaller tanks, the things happen much faster. Corals, once they get established, they can grow really quick, and then you have to just prune them like a garden, just like pulling weeds from a garden. You have to trim and aquascape and prune just like any other garden. So this is D with the update to the update, because I like to listen to the people. Power to the people. I'm going to give you another update on tank control and how I control all of these units. So till next time, this is D signing out with the quick update, baby. Love, peace, and hair grease. I'm out.